All right. I am an idiot. I'm just gonna go out and say that real quick. Uh, this is my fourth time recording this video. I can't just seem to quite get it right. But it's okay. It's okay. You know, we're gonna get it. I just want to talk. I just want to yap about college football. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. All right. The first time I recorded the video, bro, I don't even know what happened, dude. My pants came off. I don't want to talk about it. Second time I recorded the video, the audio sounded like crap. I hope it sounds good now. I think it does because I added a little noise compression on my microphone. Um, and then the third time I recorded the video, just a couple seconds ago, my stupid video, like where I am right now, up here, like this was down here, just completely blocking the 5 and 12 seed. So I was talking about them, but you couldn't see them, and that's kind of annoying. So I'm just redoing this. Also, the first time I tried to record, first and second time, I was just gonna talk about like the AP poll top 25. I'm not doing that now, because I can't change anything about that. It's like sure I would have some different opinions. I think they did a fine job as well. So it's just gonna be literally me like talking. This this right here, like a college football playoff prediction, it's way too early to do, but I'm doing it anyway because it's fun and I can still yap about what I want to yap about and I need to stop saying and probably, but it's fine. My bad, guys. Let me just take a breath. Let me just take a breath. I also have a little bit of cold, but we're just gonna start yapping about this. First things first, obviously the number one seed right now, in my opinion, will be Ohio State. Interchangeable with Oregon. But let's just look at Ohio State real quick. I was at this Texas game. That's where I got this shirt from. They didn't look great. Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sand. I'm just gonna say it. The defense looked great. Caleb Downs, I love him. Jermaine Matthews, he got an interception, and then he got beat. Not gonna lie, but he's from Cincinnati, which is where I'm from, which is pretty cool. Played against him in high school. But the defense looked really good. And then they played this game, and I mean, I know it's Grambling State, but the offense got it together. And the games like this, they give mojo to teams, and I think they're going to be unstoppable. I don't think anyone's beating them. I don't think Illinois can do it. I don't think Penn State can do it. I don't think Michigan can do it. Illinois will be the closest, in my opinion. I don't know about either of these two teams for real, um, but yeah, they're going to be in the Big Ten championship. Um, moving on to number two, FSU. The ACC is just really interesting this year. I'm really excited about these two Florida teams. I'm just gonna say it right now. Week 5 is gonna decide who is second place. Who gets the 2 seed? I'm like pretty confident it's gonna be one of these two teams, and whoever beats who. It's who beats who, whoever beats. If Florida State beats Miami, they're gonna be here. If Miami beats Florida State, they're gonna be here. Um, and the other team will not be in the ACC championship because that spot belongs to Georgia Tech, and I'll explain why when I get there. But yeah, um, right now I'm leaning FSU. I think FSU is gonna beat Miami. Just look at these. Alabama. It's an undisciplined Alabama team, but they still have the talent. I think this is still a very impressive win. And then this, like I said, bro, the mojo is there. The mojo's gonna be there. The mojo's gonna be there. And I think they're gonna beat. I think they're just gonna beat Miami. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're going to be undefeated, win the ACC championship, and grab that 2 seed. Moving on to the 3 seed, we're looking at the SEC. Let me preface any SEC talk by saying this: The SEC is the best conference. They're the best conference right now. OSU, Florida State, Oregon are probably better than any team in the SEC, but there are 11 teams in the top 25, and then I would add Florida to that and say those 12 teams in the SEC are all very good and they're all going to be beating each other, and it's just going to be chaos, and I'm really excited for it. I do think LSU, I watched the game against Clemson. I don't think Clemson's all that. But watching that game, I thought Garrett Nussmeier and LSU Tigers looked like the best team in the country. I know they fell off a little bit against Louisiana Tech. I still think that they're very good. I think they're going to probably lose 2 games. I'm just going to say it. I just, everyone is so good in the SEC right now. I think LSU is probably going to lose 2 games, still make the SEC championship, and win the SEC championship. If you had to like put a gun to my head and ask me which 2 games do I think they're gonna lose, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I think it's probably gonna be Oklahoma and probably gonna be Bama. I think they'll be able to handle everyone else. But yeah, moving on from that, I wanna go. Oh yeah, Oregon. Let's talk about Oregon. Let's just talk about this score right here. This is against a Power 4 conference team. That's what is so amazing about this score right here, and that's what puts them in my mind above like Florida State and Alabama and even an Ohio State win this week. I think Oregon looks like the best team in the country this week. Uh, and I know that's like, well then why aren't they number one? I don't know. I don't want to put Oregon above. Oh, it's because Ohio State actually beat a good team. Also, that's I do know why, but I'm very excited. I think they're gonna win out. They're gonna be playing Ohio State, and whoever wins this game is gonna be the number one, and whoever loses probably gonna be number four because I think the ACC champ will be 2, and the SEC champ will be 3, and then the loser will be 4. In my opinion, that's how I think it's all gonna play out. Um, I'm pretty confident about OSU and Oregon being the 1 and 4 either way. And I'm pretty confident about these 2 teams being like the 2 and 6 either way. And I'm pretty confident that the SEC champ will be 3rd. I don't know who the SEC champ will be. If it's LSU, if it's Georgia, if it's Oklahoma, if it's Bama, if it's Texas, I don't know. It's going to be nuts. Moving on from that, let's go to 5th place Illinois. The Illinois. Yeah, the Illinois look good. They look pretty good. I think they'll lose this game, like I said. But I do think it'll be a close game. And because it's a close game, they're going to be an 11-1 Big Ten team with a close game against the number 1 seed. I think they're just going to put them 5th. I hope that makes the most sense in my mind. Above kind of like the same situation but ACC team. I imagine they'll put the Big Ten team over them, and then over the loser of the SEC championship because this will probably be a 3-loss team at that point. But yeah, I like this. Like I said, Miami and Florida State, they're interchangeable. This game is gonna like just be crazy. I think Miami's gonna win. But I do think they're gonna lose against Florida State. But this game is gonna be nuts. But like I said, I think Miami's gonna win. And they're gonna be a 1-loss ACC team, just like Illinois, 1-loss Big Ten team. But because Big Ten better than ACC, I didn't say it. This is a committee talking, bro. No, that's actually true though. Yeah, the Big Ten is better than ACC. But yeah, Miami is probably gonna be 6th. I'm super excited for these 3 Florida teams. Actually, I'll even throw in the Florida Gators, man. I think all of those games are just going to be amazing between them. I mean, we already saw a great game. Yeah. I mean, we're going to see a great game again. It's just going to be amazing. And then we're going to see a great game again. And then when Florida plays Florida, Florida State plays Florida, it's going to be a great game again. But yeah, I'm really excited for all of that. Oh, but yeah, and then moving back to the SEC once again, I have no idea if the loser of the SEC is going to be Georgia. I do think it's going to be a two-loss team, right? Going into the game and then losing it is going to make them a three-loss team, like 8-3 or 10-3. I mean, because I don't know. Once again, if I had to decide who I think would Georgia's losses be, it could be Tennessee this week. It could be Bama. Honestly, I'm leaning like Ole Miss might pull up an upset, and Tennessee might pull up an upset. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Could also be Bama. I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I'm pretty confident that the loser of the SEC will be here, and they're gonna be a three-loss team because, you know, two losses. I think they're just gonna have two losses in conference play, and I think they're gonna lose. It's also interesting to think about Georgia Tech game. I think that's gonna be a close one as well. But yeah, moving on to eighth, I have the Big 12 champ. Big 12 champ, I'm not totally sure about. I think it's between Iowa State, BYU, TCU, Texas Tech, and Utah. One of those five teams is going to be the Big 12 champ. And I think they're going to be a one-loss team going into the SEC or the Big 10 championship. Bro. Big 12 championship. And they're going to win it. And I think that's kind of why I have them at 8. Because they're going to be a one-loss Big 12 team. And I think the loser doesn't get in as a two-loss Big 12 team. Or even maybe a three-loss. I don't know. But yeah, I have no idea who this is going to be, but I'm pretty confident that the Big 12 will be here in A spot. Uh, Moving on to South Florida. Very excited about South Florida. I think they're in it. In my opinion, I think they're going to be in it no matter what, even if they lose this game because of these two games. And the fact that they're going to win out in the American and then win the American. So they're going to be the group of 5 that gets in. To be honest, even if they lose this game, which I kind of predict they will, I think they should stay 9. I don't think they should be knocked out of the top 10 or even the top 12. But to be fair, that's probably what the committee will do, and I could see them easily being at the 12 spot. But either way, they're going to get in because, top 5 conference champions get in, and I think they'll be in there. Moving on from them, let's go to the 10 spot, Penn State. Penn State is frauds, I think. Yeah, they're frauds. They're gonna lose these 2 games, but they're gonna win out. After that, Penn State and Michigan, 2 lost Big 10 teams, but I think there's only room for one of them. Penn State will have the better losses as Michigan lost to Oklahoma, and Penn State will also have a better win over Indiana. I don't think Michigan plays Indiana. I might be wrong about that, but I think Penn State is going to get in over Michigan. I like them at the 10 spot. The 11 spot, once again, it's SEC team. I don't know who it's going to be. Right now, I'm leaning Oklahoma. They looked really good against Michigan. I honestly think it's going to be a 3-loss SEC team. Looking at Oklahoma, I think they might have 3 losses here, dude. It's just so hard to tell what's going to happen. But, yeah. I mean, Yeah, I think they're gonna be a 3-loss SEC team that gets in, and I think it's gonna be right here in the 11th spot, or really two, because the loser of the SEC championship as well. But it's gonna be great stuff. I think there's gonna be like four other teams really with 3 losses that can make an argument, but I think Oklahoma will just have the better case, beating Michigan maybe. I don't know though. Right now I'm leaning Oklahoma, but we'll see. Moving on from them, looking at Georgia Tech. Let me explain why Georgia Tech is in here. Let's just look at their schedule real quick. Georgia Tech is beating Clemson. Clemson is not good. And then they're gonna win out. They're probably gonna lose to Georgia, but they're gonna win out in the ACC and just have they're gonna be in the championship as a 1-loss team, 11-1 team, lose the ACC championship. It's either FSU or Miami. But I don't think that they should get punished for making that game. And I don't think that they should drop out. I think that they should stay here. But to be honest, the committee will probably put in that I think Notre Dame is going to lose to Texas A&M. That's why they're not on here, by the way. And if we're just being honest, I think the committee will probably put in the Notre Dame or the Michigan or the 9-3 SEC team and over Georgia Tech. But in my opinion, it should be Georgia Tech. As long as they keep this game close, I will say that. As long as they keep the Georgia game close, and then obviously whoever they play over here, if they keep these two games close, I think they should be in it. And I think they honestly have a good shot at beating, the 5th seed here. But yeah, what am I at? 17 minutes. Real quickly. So I'm going to update this every week just as we go along. Obviously, some games that are going to change it real fast is the South Florida Miami game, depending on what happens there. Like, if South Florida beats Miami, dude, I don't even know. I'll worry about it if it happens next week. They're still going to get disrespected. I mean, not by me, but they're going to get disrespected by the committee. That might honestly drop Miami out of it. Because I think they'll lose to Florida State. But I don't know. It's going to be so interesting. If that happens, that is just going to be crazy. And then another game. Isn't there another game that's Georgia Tech Clemson? And then Notre Dame, Texas A&M. If Notre Dame beats Texas A&M, they're gonna be in it. It's just how it's gonna be, unless USC can pull up the upset. But yeah, I think they'll probably just be in it at that point. And then Georgia Tech Clemson. If Clemson wins, I don't even know what's gonna happen to that ACC. That would suck, to be honest. I just hope Georgia Tech can beat them. I hope Clemson just plays like they did last week. I'm not a Clemson hater, but I just don't think they're good. And then, okay, real quick, if I had to choose a winner out of all these games, I'd say Georgia. Okay, starting up here, because this is an easier selection for me. Actually, no, this is a pretty easy selection. South Florida's going to beat any Big 12 team, in my opinion. And I think South Florida would have to play OSU, and then I can't change it, but yeah. Anyways, South Florida and OSU. Or we can't draw. Oh well. Actually, that's gonna annoy me. No, it's not. No, it's not. South Florida and OSU. That's what I think. I think Georgia will beat Penn State. I think if it's Oklahoma, I think they'll beat Miami and be in there and have a rematch against LSU. And then I think Illinois will beat Georgia Tech. And then OSU and South Florida. I think that's where the Cinderella story ends. I think OSU gets them. Uh, I think Oregon gets the better of Illinois. Um, I think Florida State beats Georgia. Okay, well now I'm just picking a 1, 2, 3 seed. Maybe I should switch it up. Say Oklahoma upsets LSU. Sure, I'll do that. No, I won't. I think LSU is just gonna win. FSU, LSU. I mean, I rank these teams, so it's like obviously my 1 and 2 are gonna be the ding. So yeah, I think OSU is just gonna beat Oregon again, and FSU is gonna beat LSU. And right now, yeah, it's looking like I'm thinking that it's probably gonna be a FSU OSU, uh, kind of championship kind of thing. OSU will probably win, but that's just kind of what I'm thinking right now. My opinion's definitely gonna change, and yeah, thanks for tuning in.